You guys, it's here. I'm so excited. This is our brand new product for the summer of 2026. So this is our Freezy Fun, and I want to unbox it with you. Normally I like to pull things out and play with it a little bit before I show it off to you, but you probably are just as excited as I am to see it get here, and I am very much looking forward to sharing this with you. So a couple of things that you need to note is that when you get this and it comes via FedEx, you need to wait for 2 hours before you use it. Why? Because FedEx, even though it says this side up and everything's supposed to stay in one direction, it doesn't always work that way. Things get tipped on its side and there's refrigeration in here. So you really want to make sure you give it 2 straight hours on the countertop, sitting straight up and down so that all of the refrigeration can settle back to where it's supposed to go and that everything's going to work fine. So make sure that you do that first and foremost. And I know you don't want to wait, but just prepare yourself because you want to make sure that everything's right. All right, so in here comes all kinds of fun stuff. First and foremost, you get some important usage tips for using stuff. I do like how easy things are for Pampered Chef. It talks about sugar levels, it talks about alcohol content, it talks about your air temperature, all the things you need to know, and it's also written in a different language. And then there is some Freezy Fun ultimate soft serve maker drink ideas, as well as there is practical, basically instructions for all of your what if scenarios. So this is going to give you a whole area in here that's going to say, like, you get this error code, what does that mean, and so forth. So I will read a lot of these things and I can help you through it, but if you're not able to reach me or not able to get in touch, that is where I would suggest that you go. Also, this thing right here gives you everything about what this whole thing is, all the different things for your presets, recipes, and so forth. This little book is really going to be helpful, how you wash everything, so forth, because yes, this thing has a wash setting. Now, I believe it is just a rinse setting, and if you need to wash it, you're going to have to put it in the actual dishwasher, but that's great because a lot of those pieces are dishwasher safe. All right, so first and foremost, the cord is tucked right inside there. I'm just going to pull that plastic off, and it comes with this great little styrofoam piece. And you also have a little drip tray that is very similar to the drip tray that comes through the with the coffee maker. So, all right, I am going to set this on the floor so that I can lift it up, because what it says on here specifically is it does say, it says obviously stack up here, but one of the things said, where am I at? Because I know I saw it. To remove the machine, grab the handles of the plastic bag and lift. So that's what it says when you're taking it out. So let me go ahead and stick this on the floor. It's a little heavy, so you want to be kind of careful. All right, lift with your knees. All right, I'm going to take off the little styrofoam piece right here. And I don't keep my boxes. Pampered Chef does a lot of stuff right now where you can return things if there's a problem with it by cutting the cord, but I don't keep my boxes. I go ahead and send them off. So, all right, I'm gonna grab the bag, and the bag's got these great little handles with a little bit of tape on it, so it gives you a little bit of a grip, and everything's gonna come up and out and right on my counter. So that's great, and then there's nothing left in my box. So let's go ahead and take this plastic, stick it down inside of here, and now I can get inside this bag. I'm just going to use my little eye slice here, slice everything open. You can even use a pair of scissors if you need to, but that should get you inside. And there we go. As you can see, most of it is already kind of put together, but I'm going to show you what you need to do and what actually comes apart. And then we'll start a separate video for actually what we need. So let me turn it to you so you can see this beauty. It is really nice. It's not ridiculously huge. I actually do have the Ninja Deluxe, so I might actually bring it next to each other so that you can see what the differences is in size. And then obviously there's quite a few differences between the two machines itself. Let me get this section. The cord has this little Velcro wrap on it, which is nice because you can kind of wrap everything up together. Let me get this last little section. All right. Loosen that up and get it right through the plastic. this up and pull the plastic. And set it right back on my counter. Okay. Very, very nice, very slick. This piece right here goes right inside here. And these pieces do come apart. So I believe that there's like a little releaser. Maybe it's this side right here. So I guess I'm gonna have to do some looking as well just to make sure, but this is called our auger, the blue thing that's inside of here. The plastic is the vessel. This piece comes off when you are trying to let out all your slushy, as well as this little star piece right here is great for your soft serve. So let me do some playing with it and I'm gonna be back with you guys, but I'm really excited and I hope you are too. If you want the Freezy Fun into your kitchen before May of 2026, you can get it by hosting your own party in March or April of this year, and you can go ahead and add it to your cart as of April 1st. Have a good one. Okay, I've played with a little bit more and here's some things you need to know. Everything is gonna come all put together like this with the exception of your drip tray, and you just wanna make sure that you have your drip tray and that you push it in. It does pop right back out, and this piece is removable so that you can clean it out. This drip tray is dishwasher safe, so just so you know, and it would go right there and it snaps into place. In order to remove this part of the barrel out of the Freezy Fun, you wanna take this piece right here and give it a little lift. It's gonna snap and it's gonna be a little difficult to lift the first couple of times, and then after that it should be relatively easy. You're gonna take the barrel and you're gonna pull forward and everything is gonna come out for you just like that. On the bottom is this little black tray. There's a little locking mechanism so that basically these little notches right here will lock into it. It'll stay together in place. But when you first get your Freezy Fun, don't forget to take off the plastic right underneath here. Now, I have this piece and I'm gonna put it on the bottom of here, and it's going to catch and lock right into place. You'll know that it's right because it's flush back here. So let me just show it to you this way. There's nothing sticking out. Both those things match together. The auger, this piece right here, just pulls out, and it also is dishwasher safe. So you can actually put all three of these pieces in the dishwasher and everything can wash up. It's recommended for things that are really, really sticky, or if you've got a lot of dairy in there and you want to go ahead and give it a good rinse, that'll do it as well. This thing goes right back on. In the center right there, you see the little hole? There's a little pin right here. The hole and the pin need to match up, and then you just give it a little bit of a twist just to make sure that it's on there okay. When you're going ahead and putting the barrel back on, you wanna go ahead and push it. It's gonna give a little snap, little like resistance, and that's great. You'll know you're right because this right here is flush. If this part here is sticking out, then you don't have it all the way in there. So you wanna make sure that it gets all the way in there. And then you're gonna take this and push it down and it will snap so that now everything's in place and nothing's gonna move. So I hope that helps you when you're doing your initial setup. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in and take a look at a few things, and we're gonna try it out together, and I'll be right back.
Okay guys, making a caramel frappuccino, a little cold brew, a little half and half, and homemade caramel sauce. Oh, that looks good.
Okay guys, we are in the inaugural stages of this. I went to record the video and of course it didn't come all the way through, so let me walk you through what I talked about. There are a lot of different presets on here and you can use this button to adjust the presets. Also, there's a little bit of a different thickness on here, so the thickness is really important. Pampered Chef sets a preset thickness in here. So you really want to make sure that you use their preset thickness first before you make adjustments, because this can freeze in here if you're not careful. So just making sure that you're aware. I put a frappuccino in here. It is 2 cups of cold brew, a little bit of half and half, and some caramel sauce. I didn't have any caramel sauce, so I made some from scratch in our blender. Super easy. 4 tablespoons of butter, some half and half, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of vanilla and salt, and it's perfect. At the top is where I poured everything in, so you can see that this lid is right here and then it actually closes down. All these splashes are on the inside, not the outside. And they also do have some suggestions on the side here about low sugar and high sugar, because things like a Diet Coke are not gonna freeze in here. You have to have some sugar in order for things to be able to freeze. That's just science. That's not Pampered Chef. The other thing I'd like to caution you against is I've heard that it is a little bit difficult to get it clean if you use something that has lots of dye in it. So if you're using like a Hawaiian punch, something that's got a lot of red in it, just know that obviously it's not going to ruin anything, but it might tint the inside of your holder here if you are not careful. So just a little tip for that. You can look on here. Look at that. I can see that that little thing is cold, and it's starting to get cold as it's going around. I really can't wait to try this. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, so about 9 minutes after I started this, and it's about 18 after. So we're about 10 minutes in, 9 minutes in, and you can see it's already starting to come to that kind of frappuccino consistency. When it's ready, it will tell me down here, and that's when I'll know it's ready to pour. But as you can see, the auger is doing its work. It's getting everything kind of all mixed up. It's keeping it slushy. And this will continue to run until you turn it off or until the cycle has basically finished. So even if it's frozen, it's gonna continue to run for me so that I don't have to pour it all out at the exact same time if I wanted to distribute this to other people. So very, very cool. Oh my goodness, it has been a little under 15 minutes and it is starting to look amazing. I'm very excited. I'm sure it's gonna be ready to go any second now. Okay guys, so this had a little chime that happened 3 times in a row to let you know that it's done. As you can see, it's still blending, but I'm gonna be able to dispense it now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do so. Okay, I'm gonna give it a pull just right here on this lever. When you pull it, everything starts coming out. I'm gonna do about 3/4. I'm gonna stop. I am thankful that there's a drip tray because it can drip a little bit. And we're gonna add some fresh whipped cream to it as well. Okay, I used the whipped cream maker to add the fresh whipped cream. I'm also pouring out some of the caramel sauce, which is still a little warm, so I don't want to do too much. Put in my straw, and there's my frappuccino. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. Okay guys, so I'm finished and now I need to do the wash setting. So when I hit this button right here, it automatically took me to the wash setting. And what the wash setting instructions say on the back of the instruction booklet says that I need to fill it to maximum line. So that's 64 ounces. So again, all I'm doing is taking this, and I don't have any soap in here. I just have water in here. And they do say to make sure you empty it of all of your liquid. So let me grab some more water and I'll be right back. Okay, so basically it's 8 cups of water that I'm doing here. My pour cup is not gonna pour out nicely, so I'm getting water on my counter, but it is what it is. And as you can see, I'm getting close to that maximum fill line, and I'm there, so I'm gonna stop. So I'm at maximum fill. I'm gonna go ahead and close it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and press the wash setting. And so what it's gonna do is it's gonna clean everything off of there. If I had something that was super sticky or really messy, or I need to get inside of here, I'm gonna go ahead and have to take it apart and rinse it anyway. But this gets the initial stuff out of it for you so that when you pull it out, you're not getting frappuccino or whatever it is all over your counter. That's basically just gonna be water and then a little bit of stuff on the inside. And then they're gonna want you to put a bowl underneath it. They do say to put your pour spout on here when you're releasing the water so that you have better control, because the pour spout, as I showed you earlier, has a little star tip on it, so it's gonna make it less flow. So I will do that and I'll be back. Okay guys, so it's done. It told me it was finished, and then I'm gonna go ahead and empty out all the water. Put it in my sink, and you can stop it kind of halfway. Sorry, I've got some dishes that I've got going here, but all right. And I'm pouring out basically everything that I have in here. Now, it does say that you may have to run more than one wash cycle on here. And it does say also that if you have dairy, it's probably warrants a wash. And I'm looking at it now and I'm definitely seeing that I'm gonna warrant some sort of wash. But I'm glad that when I take it off, I'm not gonna have kind of frappuccino stuff everywhere and that it will just be rinsed off. I'll probably run one more thing of liquid through it. There we go. So that I can get kind of this stuff off of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just take it really quickly and rinse it in the sink so that I can get, you know, some soap in there and so forth. But they don't want you to run soap through it because they don't want you to get soap through the mechanism and everything else. You just wanna go ahead and do it. It gives it a quick rinse. But as you can see, now if this were a slushy, I think it would be easier because it wouldn't have the dairy residue on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean that and then I'll come back and show it to you once it's completely clean and let you know what I did.